Bay Area band ditches Spotify. The AI weapons deal controversy explained. Sometimes, standing up against powerful platforms can feel like shouting into a void. Yet that doesn't stop artists from taking a bold stand. In a move that questions the ethics behind the massive streaming service, a prominent indie rock ensemble from the Bay Area has severed its ties with Spotify. But here's where it gets controversial. Their reason isn't typical of artist frustration or royalties. It's tied to the platform's clandestine investments in military AI technology. This band, Xiu Xiu, based in San Jose, publicly announced on Instagram on July 24th that they are actively working to remove all their music from Spotify, which they disparagingly called a garbage hole, violent Armageddon portal. They admitted that the process is more complicated than anticipated due to various procedural hurdles. The core of their protest centers on Spotify's financial backing of AI-driven military equipment. Specifically, they pointed to Spotify's co-founder and CEO, Daniel Ek, who reportedly poured almost $700 million into Helsing, a European defense tech company specializing in AI software intended for military applications. Ek holds the position of chairman at Helsing and has been funding it via his investment firm Prima Materia since 2021. Xiu Xiu emphasizes that this decision isn't made lightly. Their three main labels, Polyvinyl, Kill Rockstars, and Greyface, are all fully supportive of their choice to disconnect from Spotify. The band, composed of Jamie Stewart, Angela Sio, and David Kendrick, made this call about a month after another San Francisco-based indie act, Deerhoof, also cut ties with the platform over similar concerns. Deerhoof publicly stated they didn't want their music contributing in any way to technologies linked with warfare or violence, making it clear they don't want their success to be intertwined with what they see as militarized AI advancements. Deerhoof's record label, Joyful Noise Recordings, also expressed their dismay at having contributed to the so-called global war machine, emphasizing that artists should have the right to choose where and how their music is distributed. Other artists and labels have joined this movement inspired by ethical concerns regarding military AI investments. For instance, the Dutch label Kalahari Oyster Cult and Australian singer Leah Senior have also moved to remove their music from Spotify. Senior explained to the Music Network that once she learned about Daniel Ek's investments in AI military tech, she felt she couldn't stay silent, emphasizing that many artists feel pressured to stay with Spotify because of its dominance in the music industry. But now she declares, we don't need them. This isn't the first time artists have boycotted Spotify over moral or political reasons. Back in 2022, well-known legends like Graham Nash, Neil Young, and Joni Mitchell withdrew their music to protest the platform's exclusive deal with Joe Rogan, which they argued spread misinformation. Most of these artists have since resumed their distributions, but their protests highlight how deeply some musicians feel about where their art ends up. This ongoing controversy raises an intriguing question. How far should artists go to align their ethics with their work, especially when it involves powerful corporations and global conflicts? Are protests like these genuinely effective, or do they mostly serve as symbolic gestures? What's your take? Should artists be more vocal and act boldly when they disagree with a platform's underlying investments? Or is there a limit to what they should risk for their principles? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.